In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to take a normal login, username and password, and capture it in plain text right out of the browser. No hacking movie tricks. Just one free tool sitting quietly in the middle of the traffic. This is episode 7 of the Web Security series, and today we're building a Burp Suite man in the middle lab. Everything runs on Windows on a normal 16 gig laptop. Let's get into it. So, what is Burp Suite? It's the industry standard tool for testing the security of web applications, made by Podswigger and trusted by professionals everywhere. The community edition we're using is completely free. The key idea is this: Burp acts as a proxy. It sits between your browser and the server, and every single request and response flows through it. That means Burp can read, modify, replay, and automate the traffic. Penetration testers, bug bounty hunters, security researchers, and WAF engineers all live in this tool. The word in our title is man in the middle. So let's be clear on what that means. A man in the middle secretly sits between two parties. Here, your browser and the web server. Every request and response passes through that middle point, where it can be read in full and even modified before it's forwarded on. Now, HTTPS traffic is encrypted, so to read it, the middle has to present a certificate the browser trusts, and we'll set that up shortly. Burp Suite is the tool that performs this safely inside your own lab. One rule before we go further: doing this to traffic you don't own is illegal. Only ever test systems you control. Here's our lab. 3 pieces. Chrome is configured to send its traffic to a proxy at 127.0.0.1, port 8080. That's Burp Suite, listening on port 8080 and intercepting everything. Burp then forwards to our target, DVWA, the damn vulnerable web application running in Docker on port 80. Notice the ports. Chrome to Burp is 8080, Burp to DVWA is port 80. The whole setup uses about 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, so you've still got 14 plus gig free on a 16 gig machine. Quick checklist before the lab. On the left, what you need installed: Windows 10 or 11 with 8 gig or more of RAM, the Chrome browser, Docker desktop, that's what runs our target, and Burp Suite Community, which is free and ships with its own Java. On the right, starting DVWA is basically one command. Open PowerShell or a terminal and run. Docker run -d -p 80:80 vulnerable/web -dvwa. Then open localhost in Chrome, log in with admin and password, and click Create or Reset Database. DVWA is now live on port 80 and Burp will sit on 8080. Now do the 5-step to set up the Burp Suite setup. First, go to podswigger.net/burp/community download. Download Burp Suite Community Edition for Windows. It's a standard installer. Run it and follow the defaults. Open Burp Suite. On the first screen, choose Temporary Project and click Next. Choose Use Burp Defaults and click Start Burp. You'll see the Burp Suite dashboard. Don't get overwhelmed. We only need 2 tabs today: Proxy and HTTP History. Click on the Proxy tab, then Proxy Setting. You'll see a proxy listener on 127.0.0.1 port 8080. Make sure it's running. The checkbox on the left should be ticked green. This is the port your browser will send traffic to. Now open Chrome, go to Settings System arrow, open your computer's proxy settings. Under Manual Proxy Setup, turn it on. Set address to 127.0.0.1 and port to 8080. Save it. Now all Chrome traffic goes through Burp Suite. This is the critical step for HTTPS interception. In Chrome, go to http://burp. Yes, just the word burp with no .com. You'll see the Burp Suite web interface. Click CA certificate in the top right. It downloads a file called katsur.dir. Now go to Chrome settings, arrow privacy and security, arrow, manage certificates, arrow trusted root certification authorities, arrow import. Browse to the katsur.dir file you downloaded. Import it and click yes to trust it. What you just did, you told Chrome to trust Burp Suite's fake certificate. Now Chrome will accept Burp's MITM interception for any HTTPS website. Let's pause on that certificate because it's the step that actually makes HTTPS interception possible. Without Burp CA installed, your browser sends HTTPS to Burp. Burp shows its own certificate. Chrome doesn't recognize it. You get a big red warning and interception fails. With the CA installed, Chrome trusts Burp's certificate so Burp can decrypt the HTTPS, read and modify the request, then re-encrypt it before sending it to the server, which just sees normal traffic. One warning, only install this certificate in your lab browser, never on your personal or work machine. Let's intercept a live login. First, go to the Proxy tab in Burp and click Intercept. It'll turn orange showing it's on. Step 2. Go to the DVWA login page and enter admin and password. Then click Login. Step 3. Watch the browser. It freezes. Chrome just spins because the request is paused and held inside Burp. Switch over to Burp and read it. There it is, a post to login.php with the username and password right in the body. Now I'll modify it. I can edit the username or password directly in Burp's text area. And finally, click Forward. Burp sends my modified request onto the server and Chrome gets the response. Look closely at this. This is your login, mid-flight, completely readable. That's the whole point of the demo. Over plain HTTP, credentials travel in the open and anyone sitting in the middle can see them. Two features you'll use constantly: HTTP History tab, then Repeater. First, HTTP History. Turn intercept off and just browse normally. Every request gets logged automatically. URL, method, status, length. Click any row to see the full request. This is how you map out every endpoint in an application. Now right-click a request and choose Send to Repeater. In Repeater, the request is on the left. You can change any parameter by hand, click Send, and see the response on the right. And you can resend it as many times as you like. That makes Repeater your manual injection testing workbench. If something doesn't work, it's almost always one of these. Browser doesn't freeze on intercept. Either intercept is off or Chrome isn't actually using the proxy. Turn intercept on and recheck the proxy. Getting an HTTPS or certificate warning? Burp CA isn't trusted. Re-download it from http://burp and import it as a trusted root. Can't reach localhost? Your DVWA container probably isn't running. Run Docker PS and start it if needed. Port 8080 already in use. Another app has it. Close that app. or move Burp's listener to a free port. No request showing in HTTP history, proxy isn't set, or intercept is stuck on. And if DVWA login keeps failing, the database isn't initialized. Open setup.php and reset it. Here's why this matters if you're on the defensive side. Picture the chain. An attacker uses Burp to craft a malicious request. A web application firewall inspects it against rule sets like the OWASP core rule set, and then either blocks it or lets it through. Quick example. In Repeater, change the username field to a classic SQL injection string. Against a system with no firewall, DVWA might log you straight in. With a properly tuned WAF, you get a 403 forbidden instead. So Burp crafts exactly the kind of attack your WAF rules need to catch. Understanding both sides is what makes you genuinely good at this. When you're done, clean up. Turn intercept off in Burp, remove the proxy settings from Chrome, stop the DVWA container if you don't need it, and close Burp. And the rules that matter most, only test systems you own. Use this only in your own lab. That's what DVWA is for. Never intercept other people's traffic. Never test production apps without written permission. And never install that CA certificate on your real machine. Quick recap. Burp Suite is a proxy that sits between browser and server and intercepts everything. Installing its CA certificate is what lets it decrypt HTTPS. That's the man in the middle. Intercept mode pauses live requests so you can read and change them mid-flight. HTTP history logs every request so you can map an entire app. Repeater lets you resend and modify requests as many times as you want. And every attack you craft in Burp is exactly what your WAF rules need to detect and block. That's your Burp Suite man in the middle lab. Next episode, we go on the offensive side of the firewall. WAF bypass techniques using Burp Suite. If this helped, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop a comment. What's the first request you intercepted with Burp? See you in the next one.